Glass. So Glass is the team up I've really been looking forward to because I love M. Night Shyamalan. He is an amazing director. He's done some fantastic, phenomenal films that we'll basically remember. And when he first released Unbreakable, I was a massive fan of the film in the 90s, the very first universe of this series. Unbreakable was fantastic for me. It was gripping. It was something new. It was a comic, but it wasn't a comic. It was a comic, but it was more for adults. It was targeted towards adults. And Bruce Willis' portrayal of David, the Green Guard, is fantastic. And I love the storyline. The storyline is absolutely brilliant. So I loved Unbreakable in the 90s. So I was really excited for the third installment, because then Split came out with James McAvoy. Now, the funny thing is, what I really liked about Shyamalan is he kept it under wraps that this was a sequel to Unbreakable, because I didn't really know until I watched halfway through. It kind of clicked, and I went, oh, that's interesting, because I didn't know it was actually the sequel to Unbreakable, so it was a really good surprise. So yeah, it's this third installment I've finally been waiting for, and the story basically tells you of the three characters, of course, Mr. Glass, Green Guard, and of course the Beast. The three characters, and they are basically trying to discover if they actually are powers. So because there's in the film, people are trying to convince them they are not powered. There's a reason why they have these abilities. So they're trying to find out, are they actual heroes, or is it true what the doctor's saying? Are they not? And of course, we've got a mysterious kind of thing that happens, them teaming up together, fighting together, trying to prove to the world that they are superheroes. So I've been waiting for this trilogy one. I couldn't wait for this. I was waiting for David and the Beast and Mr. Glass to all come together. Really looking forward to this film. And my verdict is, okay, it was pretty decent. I'm not saying it was a really bad film. I'm saying it was decent. It was really good. What I like about M. Night Shyamalan with these films is he has this beautiful way of making silent moments. The silent moments he has in this film really grip us when you watch it, because it's really clever how he does that. Especially, there's one scene in the film where the Beast is walking with this problem that he's created, and you can see the terrifying element that he gives to the film, especially with Beast scenes. It really works really well. Gritty. M. Night Shyamalan's film is very nitty gritty. It's very realistic. It really has that kind of edge of your seat watching moments, and it really grips the audience. And he builds up. And I also like what about Glasses. In the film, it builds up to a shattering moment. Like, it really keeps the audience in suspense up to the moment when he reveals the climax, and I think that's very clever. Also, that his working with the camera is clever, because the way that he goes from scene to scene, and when he shows the three heroes, the three powered people in a kind of clinic situation, he shows them in their cells. And it's really clever how close he gets with them, and it's very quiet, and it's very, oh shit, what's going to happen? And I love it. I think it's very clever. The cinematography is fantastic as well. So yeah, it's decent film. The one problem I had with it is I wanted it to get to the point. It was dragging a little. I was thinking, right, it's interesting this, but can we get to where you're moving with this? I think he kept it on suspense a little bit too long, which is what I had the problem with it. I think also what was interesting is the man is Mr. Glass. Now, of course, I loved Mr. Glass in the other film. And he's supposed to be this mastermind, the guy that's created it. And I think they could have showed him a lot more. I think his moment in this was good, but I think they just left him a little bit too long on the suspense to what was Mr. Glass going to do. And I think it was a bit too long. We were wondering what was going on. And the suspense was great, but it didn't work in a way. We wanted Mr. Glass. And I think they could have used him a lot more in this and made him a bit more of a action, terrifying, manipulative character in the film. One thing I want to point out is the ending. The ending was a little bit disappointing, to be fair. And I'm not saying this is a really bad film. It is a pretty decent film. But the ending was disappointing. Like, I was waiting. I kept building myself up thinking it was going to lead to something. And then it went one way, and then it went a complete way entirely. And then it carried on playing through until it was kind of like waiting for the moment. Are we getting to the moment? And then finally I was like, oh, was that it? So it was a bit like, okay, I was expecting a little bit more. I'm still trying to get my head around the ending. It confused me a little bit, to be fair. I think I might need to probably look at it again, because for me, the ending was really confusing. I didn't get it. I was trying to figure out, well, what it meant. And then there was no end credit scene at the end either. I think that would have worked really well if they did an end credit scene. Not saying they should have, but it would have helped a lot more. So in conclusion, guys, it's really good. It's a decent film. It's got some great gripping action, as I said, edgy scene tension. It has got some great silent moments. His use of camera is very clever, and M. Night Shyamalan is a fantastic director. However, this lacked a little bit. So for all the reasons that I've said, I'm going to give Glass 3 stars. So Glass, have you guys seen it? What did you think about this film? If you if you have anything to say, let me know in the comment section just below the video. Please click the thumbs up button just next to it, and subscribe to my channel to see any more of my movie reviews. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great have a great week or weekend, and I will see you in my next movie review.